السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. مرحبا بكم في الوحدة رقم 6 من كتاب الأولى بكالوريا Ticket to English number 1. هذه الوحدة التي سيكون موضوعها حول ماس ميديا أو وسائل الإعلام السمعي والبصري. Hi everyone, welcome again to this English course presented by Ahmed Sayar. Before we start, please like, share and follow. Do not forget to subscribe. Alright, so this course is intended to first year back students working with Ticket to English unit number 6. Mass media is going to be part number 1. Okay, let's start now. Now the content in this video, we are going to study reading, vocabulary, listening and function. Alright, بسم الله على بركة الله. غادي نبداو ب starting up. So started up في الوحدة رقم 6. غادي نبداو بهاد الصورة هذه اللي هي فيها look at these definitions. عندنا medium كتعني means of communication، وسائل الاتصال، media plural of medium جمع ديال medium، وسيلة الاتصال، وسائل الاتصال، mass بمعنى general أو public. إذا جمعناهم غتكون mass media غتكون تعني وسائل الاتصال. Alright, let's move on now. Okay, now provide a short definition of mass media. واحد التعريف، أعطيه واحد التعريف عن mass media. إلا بغينا نعطيوه تعريف ديال mass media is television, radio, etc. Make a list of different mass media you know. So the different mass media I know, for example, TV, internet, radio, that's it. According to the following graph, what is the most popular forms of mass media in Europe? بحسب هاد المبيان هذا اللي عندنا شنو هي الوسيلة الأكثر شعبية ديال وسائل في
أوروبا. وبطبيعة الحال عندكم هنايا 6
internet, okay, and the television 6.3.
كتجمع تلفزيون، كتجمع نيوزبيبر الجرائد، كتجمع الراديو and كتجمع بطبيعة الحال الانترنت. إذن the internet is the most popular form of mass media in Europe. Okay, so ندوزو دابا reading. So alright, so you have a text عندكم هنايا العنوان ديال التكست reading. Before you read, predict يعني خمن أو حاول أنك تخمن what type of media the text is about. إذن التكست عليه اش من type ديال الميديا كي غيتكلم عليه. mass media share our view of the world، علاش غيتكلم اش من نوع ديال وسيلة الاتصال غيتكلم عليها النص. إذا أنا كنظن تي في، ولكن ديك الساعة نشوفو في التكست. أوكي، سو التكست هو هذا. غادي تحاولوا تسمعوا التكست وتتبعوا في الكتاب ديالكم وحاولوا تشرحوا الكلمات اللي كاينين.
Mass media include all forms of information communicated to large groups of people, from a handmade sign to an international news network. There is no standard for how large the audience needs to be before communication becomes mass communication. There are also no constraints on the type of information being presented. A car advertisement and a UN resolution are both examples of mass media. Living radio and media. Because media is such a broad term, it will be helpful to focus on a limited definition. In general usage, the term is used to refer to only large companies or groups, publishers, journalists, and others who constitute the communication industry and profession. This definition includes both the entertainment and news industries. Another common term is news media. News media include only the news industry. It is often used interchangeably with the press or the group of people who write and report the news. The distinction between news and entertainment can at times be fuzzy, but news is technically facts and interpretation of facts, including editorial opinions, expressed by journalism professionals. Which facts are included, how they are reported, how much interpretation is given, and how much space or time is devoted to a news event is determined by journalists and management. The choice of the news depends on a variety of factors ranging from the editorial judgment of the reporters and editors to other news events competing for the same time or space. Mass communicated media are everywhere in the industrialized world. The television in the living room, the newspaper on the doorstep, the radio in the car, the computer at home and work, and the flyers in the mailbox are just a few of the media channels daily delivering advertisements, news, opinion, music, and other forms of mass communication. Because the media are so present in industrialized countries, they have a powerful influence on how those populations view the world. Not only do the media report the news, but they create the news by deciding what to report as well. If a situation doesn't make the news, it simply does not exist for most people. The top story of the day is picked from the millions of things that happened that particular day. After something is considered newsworthy, there are decisions on how much time or space to give it, whom to interview, what pictures to use, and how to frame it. All of these decisions add up to the audience's view of the world, and those who make the decisions influence the audience.
alright so كنظن على انه كاين واحد مجموعه الكلمات هنايا مهمه ولكن ترى الانتباه ديالي واحد الكلمه اللي هي newsworthy وهي المعنى ديالها هو انه ان خبر يستحق النشر. okay newsworthy. anyway let's move now to the exercise صفحة 83 تمرين رقم 1 read and check your predictions, and number 2 make a list of all the mass media mentioned in the text. عملوا واحد لائحة ديال جميع وسائل الإعلام المذكورة في النص بطبيعة الحال هي هذه television, the newspaper, the radio, the computer, flyers and handmade signs. هما وسائل الإعلام اللي مذكورة في التكست رغم أن handmade signs هذه وسيلة من وسائل الاتصال. Alright, so next one. These are the main ideas of the text. Match them with the appropriate paragraphs. إذا غادي نحاولوا أننا نصلوا بسهم أو نعطيو الباراجرافs الرقم ديال الباراجراف اللي كاينة فيها A. Mass media are so important that they influence our ideas and behavior. Influence بمعنى كيأثروا في الأفكار ديالنا والتصرفات ديالنا. That's going to be number 5. Mass media are found everywhere in the industrialized world. That's going to be number 4. موجودين في جميع الأماكن في العالم الصناعي. Mass media include both news and entertainment. That's paragraph number 2. يعني وسائل الإعلام تشمل كل من الأخبار والترفيه. Mass media present a wide variety of information. That's going to be number 1. تقدم مجموعة من أنواع مختلفة ديال المعلومات. And news include reporting facts and interpreting them. أخبار تعني نقلها و interpreting بمعنى تحليلها. That's going to be number 3. Alright, next exercise. Number 4. Decide if these sentences are true or false and justify your choice. إذا غادي نشوفوا الجمل واش هي صحيحة أو خطأ ودائما نعطيو التبرير justify. Handmade signs are not included in mass media. False لأن قال لك includes mass media includes all forms of communication from a handmade sign. يعني بما فيها handmade sign. شنو معنى handmade sign؟ يعني بمعنى الإشارات اليدوية. News media is often used to mean the press. وهنا true it is used interchangeably يعني بشكل متبادل. The difference between entertainment and news is not always clear. Yes. هنا قالوا it can at times be fuzzy بمعنى مبهم. If a fact is not reported through mass media, only few people know it. والجملة هذه حقيقة true. If a situation doesn't make the news, it simply doesn't exist for most people. إذا كان واحد الحدث لا يخلق حدثا أو خبرا مهما بمعنى أنه لا يوجد في مخيلة الناس. Alright, let's move on now. Number 5. Answer the following questions about the text. Question number 1. What is the definition of mass media suggested by the writer? إذا تعريف ديال mass media. Mass media includes أو لا E refers to ديك is includes ما كايناش خصها تجي includes all forms of formation of information or information communicated to a large group of people. Number 2, how large is the audience before communication becomes mass media? هنا there is no standard for how large. لا يوجد هناك واحد المعيار for how large the audience needs to be before communication becomes mass communication. هنا كاين واحد how large معاودة 2 مرات. Next one, who determines which facts to be included in the news? من الذي يقرر من حدث ممكن يكون في الأخبار؟ Journalists and management. How do mass media specialists influence our views and ideas? كيفاش كيأثروا على الأفكار ديالنا والمبادئ ديالنا والأفكار ديالنا. They decide on how much time or space to give the news, whom to interview, what pictures to use and how to frame it. Alright, follow up now. In pairs, ask and answer this question. Take notes and present them orally to your classmates. What is the most popular mass media in Morocco? Television. Which one is the most popular among children, teenagers and adults? Again, internet. Do mass media influence the public opinion? How? Give an example. Yes, they do. Okay? Now we move to vocabulary. مهمة vocabulary كاين واحد مجموعة ديال الكلمات المهمين. Look at the list of words below. Discuss with your peers their meanings and match them. إذا مطلوب منكم هنايا صل بسام كل كلمة مع definition ديالها. غادي نبداو ب sitcoms. Comedy program based on everyday experience. إذا هو برنامج كوميدي يعتمد على everyday experience التجارب اليومية. Chat shows. A television or radio program برنامج تلفزي in which stars اللي فيه and celebrities are invited اللي فيه يتم دعوة النجوم to talk informally باش يتكلموا بشكل عادي about various topics المواضيع مختلفة. Phone in. Phone in a radio or television program. هذا واحد برنامج تلفزي أو إذاعي where listeners or viewers اللي فيه المشاهدين أو المستمعين telephone the studio يعيطوا على الاستوديو and participate in the program وكيشاركوا في البرنامج. Flyers. Small printed notice or advertisement. Flyers هما دوك إعلانات صغيرة اللي كيتوزعوا سواء في الشارع ولا في هذيك الإعلانات الصغيرة. Paparazzi. A photographer إذن هو مصور who follows celebrities اللي كيتبع المشاهير in order to photograph them باش كيصوروهم and sell the pictures to newspapers or magazines وكيبيعوا الصور للمجلات والجرائد. Editorial. An article presenting the opinion of the editors or publisher. Editorial هو واحد المقال اللي كيبين الرأي ديال الكاتب أو ديال الناشر. Soap opera. A serial television إذا مسلسل تلفزي أو إذاعي. Drama dealing with daily يتعامل مع الأحداث اليومية في الحياة ديال واحد مجموعة ديال الناس. Network. A group of associated television or radio channels إذا هو شبكة ديال إذاعية أو تلفزية. Advert معنى ديالها commercial promotion هو إعلان. Audience بمعنى spectators listeners أو المستمعين. الaudience هم المشاهدين مستمعين كذلك اسمهم audience. We move to the next exercise اللي كاين في الصفحة 84 هنايا. In mass media, journalists often use strong adjectives to make their news and stories sound more interesting to the audience. كيستعملوا واحد مجموعة ديال les adjectives باش يبينوا القوة ديال الأفكار ديالهم ولا ديال المشاعر ديالهم. For example, they may use the adjective terrible instead of bad or very bad. Now try to match. طبعا عملوا واحد سلبي سام. Very good, brilliant, cold, freezing, frightened, terrified, angry, furious, hot, boiling, very bad, terrible. Okay? إذن very good, brilliant يعني رائع. Okay? Cold, بارد كيستعملوا هما freezing اللي هي مثلج. Frightened خائف كيعملوا terrified مرعب. مرعوب. angry غاضب كيستعمل furiously هي غاضب جدا. hot كيستعملوا boiling. very bad, terrible. Now listening. What's in the news? You will listen to the local news on a radio program. غادي تسمعوا لواحد الأخبار في واحد البرنامج إذاعي. Guess what the news is going to be about. Choose from these options. إذا في النظر ديالكم علاش غادي يكون أخبار. The news is about the weather. The news is about an accident in the center of the town. The news is about the weather and an accident in the town. واش الأخبار غادي يكون على الجو حالة ديال الطقس أو لا على شي حادثة في وسط المدينة أو لا على الجو على الحادثة معا. أنا غنختار غادي يكون على الطقس وديك الساعة نشوف. Alright, now listen once to the news and check your predictions. Justify your appropriate answers. The appropriate answers سمعوا ومن بعد شوفوا الجواب صحيح ولا لا.
Unit 6, Mass Media.
This is the local Radio Amiga. It is 1 o'clock and here is the news. Bad weather has again caused chaos in the northern areas. Heavy rain, which has been falling since yesterday afternoon, has caused great difficulty for motorists and pedestrians. In the town centre, a bus and several cars crashed and caused traffic delays. This is advice to motorists not to drive to the centre today. If you must go to the town centre, take the bus or the train. Public transport is working normally. As a result of cold weather and heavy rain, some schools in country areas have closed as roads are blocked and teachers and students haven't been able to get to school. In the town, however, schools are open as usual. The forecast, I'm afraid, is that it's going to rain all day today and for at least 2 more days.
Alright, now غادي نرجعوا دابا لداك الجواب اللي عملنا في الأول وغنشوفوا التكست على اش كان وغادي نعرفوا على أن الجواب اللي عملنا جواب غير صحيح وأن الجواب الصحيح هو The news is about sea. The news is about the weather and an accident in town. لأن كيتكلم على واحد crash. إذا سمعتوا هذه الكلمة ديال crash بمعنى accident. غنعاودو نسمعوا باش نجاوبوا على ديك الجمل اللي هي true or false and justify. Okay.
Unit 6, Mass Media.
This is the local Radio Amiga. It is 1 o'clock and here is the news. Bad weather has again caused chaos in the northern areas. Heavy rain, which has been falling since yesterday afternoon, has caused great difficulty for motorists and pedestrians. In the town centre, a bus and several cars crashed and caused traffic delays. This is advice to motorists not to drive to the centre today. If you must go to the town centre, take the bus or the train. Public transport is working normally. As a result of cold weather and heavy rain, some schools in country areas have closed as roads are blocked and teachers and students haven't been able to get to school. In the town, however, schools are open as usual. The forecast, I'm afraid, is that it's going to rain all day today and for at least 2 more days.
Alright, now let's answer the questions. The news started at 12 o'clock. It's false. في التكست كنا 1 o'clock. Chaos يعني chaos هو الفوضى. In the north has been caused by heavy rain. جواب صحيح. Yes. The rain started falling early this morning. False. People are advised to go downtown in public transport. This is true. Schools in rural areas and in the town are closed. No. في الحوار كاين school in the rural areas فقط. The weather forecast predicts the weather يعني أن أصحاب النشرة الجوية كيتوقعوا على أن الجو is fine tomorrow غادي يكون مزيان غدا. It's false كذلك. Alright, now let's move to fractional practice. Alright, واحد مجموعة الكلمات هنا اللي هي مهمة وكاينة في الصفحة 89. Alright, look at these adjectives. Expressing feelings. هادو واحد مجموعة ديال les adjectives اللي كيعبروا على إحساس emotions and attitudes feelings. Okay, حاسيس العواطف etc. How many do you know? Use the picture below and your dictionary. هنا غنحاول ما أمكن نشرح لكم كلمة بكلمة وغادي نستعمل اللغة العربية لأول مرة باش نشرح لكم هاد الكلمات. Okay, let's start with happy. فرح فرحان happy. Confident واثق. Surprised مندهش. Angry غاضب. Shocked مصدوم. Depressed محبط. frightened خائف. confused محتار. sad حزين. annoyed قلق. exhausted منهك. ecstatic سعيد جدا. guilty مذنب. suspicious نزاع إلى الشك ولا مريب. hysterical هستيري. frustrated محبط. embarrassed محرج. mischievous مزعج ولا مؤذي. disgusted مشمئز. enraged غاضب جدا. ashamed خجول. cautious حذر. smug متعجرف. overwhelmed مغمور. hopeful متفائل. jealous غيور الغيرة هنا. bored يشعر بالملل أو الضجر. anxious قلق. shy خجول. lonely وحيد. إذا كنتمنى تكونوا كتبتوا هاد لي زادجكتيف لأنه مهمين بزاف when you express your emotions. ندوزو للتمرين اللي عندنا من بعد وهو التمرين اللي look at the pictures. شوفوا في هاد الصور and practice with your partner. So how does the man feel in picture number 1? I think he is surprised or frightened. Alright. What about picture number 2? How does the man feel in the picture? What do you think? So I think he feels furious or angry. What about picture number 3? I think he feels shocked or overwhelmed. What about picture number 4? I think he feels sad and annoyed. What about picture number 5? I think he feels happy or ecstatic. What about picture number 6? I think he is bored or disgusted. Alright, now fill in the blanks with an appropriate adjective. I thought my parents were going to buy me a motorcycle. Imagine how I was when I only got a bicycle. So هنا كان كيتوقع الآباء ديالو يشريو له موتور ولكن من بعد بقى غير باش كيتساو how disappointed. Okay, يعني محبط. I was really when I saw Hassan 2 mosque. It is so big and well built. So I was really ecstatic هنا فرحان جدا. Okay. Don't be so. I am sure the exam will be easy. الامتحان غيكون سهل. So don't be so anxious. Anxious بمعنى قلق. I was totally frightened when I saw the bus coming towards us at a high speed. سرعة عالية. She can't help feeling jealous when I get better marks. إذن لم تكن يعني أنها كانت تشعر بالغيرة ما قدرتش توقف الشعور بالغيرة ديالها when I get better marks. I will be really